So we talked about how this degradation of self-esteem and self-image and self-hate began in me as a little child, what it looked like going into adolescence, and how it got very ugly into adulthood. If you want to hear more about that, stay tuned.
Oh, how beautiful. Oh, how beautiful. So beautiful. Oh, how beautiful. Oh, how beautiful. Oh, how beautiful. Oh, how beautiful. You wanna be beautiful. Oh, how beautiful. Oh, how beautiful. Stunning on the outside, precious on the inside, that's how you should feel. You gotta treat yourself, adore yourself. You gotta give your body time to heal, enhance your mind.
And the last thing that I will share with you today, which is something that I still have to do today, because what I want you to know is there won't come a time where you won't struggle with a thing here and there, or a thing or two, or some things that someone has said, or a new thought and mindset that tries to creep into your head. But what I do today to ensure that I stay on top of the game, to ensure that there is no tearing down of myself, is I continue to combat words. And sometimes it may be that you have to shut an individual down right then and there. Now, do it tactfully, okay? We do not have to attack others when they say things that we feel like are out of place, or when they say things that are hurtful. But sometimes the situation or the thing that they have said may call for you to just shut that down right at that moment. But the perspective I want you to take on this is not that you're shutting that person down, but you're shutting those words down. You are shutting that voice down so that it does not penetrate your heart, and so that it does not penetrate your mind and begin to weasel its way back in. So if someone, let's just say, for example, someone may walk up to you and say, "Oh my gosh, you," which this happens with me often, "you're so skinny." Which I have no idea why people think that they are complimenting you. They'll say, "Oh my gosh, you're so skinny, girl, you need to eat." Now, back then, I may have kind of tried to laugh it off, not said anything, walked away, just feeling horrible about myself, not feeling confident, starting to feel self-conscious, about my body, and wishing how this would be different, and how okay, maybe I do need to eat and gain some weight. But now when someone says that, it just depends on how the conversation came about. Sometimes I would just go ahead and educate them. I know that you may have meant that as a compliment, but that's not a compliment. To me, it is the equivalent of walking up to someone and saying, "Wow, you sure are fat." Now, you would see that as unacceptable and inappropriate, and you wouldn't, or you shouldn't at least, walk up to somebody and say, "Oh my gosh, you're fat." It's the same thing if someone were thin, or you shouldn't walk up to them and say, "Oh my gosh, you're so skinny, you need to eat." And so I will educate them about that so that they can see that that's the same thing, and that it was inappropriate. You shouldn't do it. You may be hurting someone's feelings, or you may be kind of putting a dagger in an insecurity that someone already has. And sometimes the way that I combat those words may be to speak what the truth is and say, "No, I am capable." Whatever words need to be spoken to combat it. If someone is trying to say, you aren't capable, or trying to insinuate that you aren't smart, or you're a dummy, or whatever the case may be, this can be applied across the board as far as things that people say that were meant to tear you down. Some people can say things that are unintentional as far as wanting to hurt you and tear you down, which those are the instances that I use to educate, okay? But there are some people that they know full well what they're doing, and they are trying to kind of throw that little small dagger in there and try to put you down, on the low. And those are the times that I do corrections, not so much education, but corrections, and say, no, I don't accept that. I am capable. I am smart. And I don't accept those words that you just spoke. And leave it at that. It doesn't have to be this big ordeal. It doesn't have to be all of this extra emotion or anything like that. You can just say it, leave it at that. You can even add, nothing against you, but I just refuse to receive those words into my heart. I refuse to receive those words into my mind. I make sure that I speak life to myself. So that is something that I continue to do even today, to continue to build my confidence, to continue to make sure that things aren't said that are going to penetrate my heart and cause me to look at myself differently and poorly and damage my self-esteem. So I've shared a couple of tips with you of things that I do. I would love to hear about some things that you may do that have helped you come out of low self-esteem, have helped you come out of self-image, or things that you continue to do now to make sure you keep that self-esteem high and you keep that confidence high. Put them down below in the comments. As always, I am listening, and I love and I'm excited when you guys comment and I can hear about your stories and hear your feedback and your input. Don't forget to tune in next Friday. I am very excited because the time has come where I can share with you all what I have been working on. I have been working on a very special visual for the topics that I've been talking about for the past few weeks of looking for this acceptance, how it affected me as a child, an adolescent, and adult. I've been working on a visual to go along with that, and I will share part 1 next Friday. It's going to be broken into about 3 or 4 parts, so you won't want to miss one. So meet me back here next Friday for part 1 of that visual. I can't wait for you guys to see it. I just want to take some time to thank you all for watching today's video and all the previous videos. It is greatly appreciated that you tune in here with me every Friday to hear what I have to share with you all. If you haven't already, press that like button, comment below, and please share this video on your social media pages. I really appreciate it if you help me spread the word. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe so you can get all the notifications for the new videos. Thank you for watching. Bye.
Oh, how